How's it going, everyone? I'm Contemtion. Today we're going to go over the newest update, Museum of Wonders. I'm going to go over each point one at a time and give you my perspective of the updates. Hopefully you get some value out of that. I am very excited for this update. I think it's going to be fantastic. I've been waiting for a while for some ranged attack, which is coming, and I'm super stoked. I hope I get to be up front when this comes out and really get the premiere of it. But we'll see what 1937 does. But let's get through the intro and let's start talking about it. I was going to also spin the wheel, CPO wheel, but if you caught my last quick video that I did while I was sitting in the truck, the CPO wheel was totally bugged. So hopefully those people who spun and got CJ instead of CPO get those gems back. But who knows? So let's go through the intro and start taking a look at these updates. Okay, so the update's going to come out on May 16th. Obviously, you can download ahead of time, get rewards. You can do that on all of your accounts. So if you cycle through your farm, if you cycle through your alts, you're going to get those rewards on every single account. So make sure you are active on those, of course. So the Museum Day event series. Sounds like a normal holiday event. We're probably going to get recharge out of it, which is fantastic. It costs some money, but it's a great time to stock up on monthly gems and weekly material. That's typically what I get. You might get a couple bundles if you know something's sticking out. Even some material would be nice right now because I'm definitely lacking on that. But yeah, looks like there's some quests here. Treasure of the Museum. 7 days of questing for great rewards. Not sure what that is because I did see treasure hunt below that, so I'm not sure what treasure of museums is. I guess it's probably, well, 7 days, so that's usually 5 days though, isn't it, where it unlocks the quests you get? So 7 days is a little different. Precious pottery, collect points to earn rewards for you and your alliance members. So it's not the 7k gem buy-in event, which we figured it wouldn't be because it's never consecutive back-to-back. Hopefully the 7k gem buy-in event comes in next time because usually it cycles one after the other. Master of Craft, collect clay and exchange for rewards. Okay. Number 1 collector, receive rewards including an epic city themed choice chest. Okay, that's pretty sweet. I didn't even catch up on that the first time I read through these. I must have just skimmed right past that one. That's awesome, especially for newer accounts. Oh man. Definitely a good time to start a jumper. If you can get an epic city theme on a jumper account, that'd be pretty sweet. We already talked about treasure hunt, race against time. I hate that event. Absolutely hate it. It's probably because I'm absolutely terrible at it, but I still hate it nonetheless. So the event will go live within 2 weeks after the update. 2 weeks. So if we're saying the 16th, 14 days after the end of May. I was thinking of starting my jumper at the end of May, so that would actually be perfect timing, is having this event before jumping into your final kingdom. You'd be off to a really good start. So stay tuned for that, guys. It might be the end of May. It might be May 30th that I start my new jumper account because that would line up really well. Okay, all new War of the Runes event, which sounds fantastic. I hope it's better than Champions of Olympia because I'm not a huge fan of that mode. So I hope this is good. On the runes of an ancient battleground, the sandstorm blows fierce. Here warriors of many kingdoms gather, crossing earth, scorched by the fires of war, recruiting mercenaries to fight for the ultimate glory. So 8 governors will fight until one is left, I guess. No, 8 governors will enter the War of Runes battlefield solo. So one person will be left at the end of it, each selecting one troop to do battle with. So your best march. Mine, great question. It'll probably be Guan Leo, to be totally honest. Maybe Naboo YSG, but we'll see what the mode is like. Okay, mercenaries will appear on the battlefield. Lead your troops towards them to recruit them. That's pretty cool. So you're going to run around the map, I imagine, grabbing troops and units that are just wandering around. They jump in, so your march gets bigger and bigger and bigger, which is pretty sweet. And when you beat other people, you recruit their soldiers as well. So I guess a portion of them, because you're going to kill some of them, right? Or severely wounded, I guess? I don't know. Troops on the battlefield will periodically be granted a random skill. No idea what that's going to be like. I'm not even going to guess, but I'm sure it'll be very interesting. The battlefield is a harsh mistress. Okay, just some more The last troop left will be victorious. Go to the App Store to download the latest game update and take part in the war runes. Check the event screen after downloading the update for more details. Okay, that sounds cool. Okay, now here is where things get very interesting and why I'm definitely even more excited now to start a jumper than I was before. Some people are a little bummed out because of migration, but we'll go over that in a minute. Lost Kingdom optimizations. So all new Season 1 update, Endless War. So the number of kingdoms in a season is changed from 8 to 4, which I think is awesome. They're going to give you a new map. So that's going to be fantastic. Obviously, it'll be 4 corners. I'm not sure how it's going to be laid out, but I'm sure they have something pretty cool designed, and hopefully not where you're getting trapped in Zone 4 right off the bat, because that is never fun. All new kingdom technologies. This is sweet. Can grant powerful buffs to kingdoms in development and in battle. So something like Light versus Dark, which I have in 2396 right now, where the whole kingdom works together in technology. So that's pretty sweet. I like that. And obviously, the more active your kingdom is, the more technology you're going to have, which is going to give you a higher advantage. So I think that's pretty sweet. Okay, new arena events. Slay barbarians within the time limit and challenge Chieftain Lohar to win bountiful rewards for yourself and other kingdom members. This is cool. I have no idea where they're going to do this. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if it's solo. It says other kingdom members, so maybe it's like Saroli Crisis, where you all join and you can set up matches in kingdom chat and everybody joins together. Very strange, but looking forward to that. We'll send a notification to kingdoms who are about to enter Endless War after the update has gone offline, which is really cool. So this update's coming out like right away. So I'm not sure how it's going to work for people who are in KVK1. I don't think I'm going to see this on my account in 2563, my free-to-play account. It'll probably be over before this is up and working. So we'll see. It'd be nice to get a glimpse at it, but I'm not sure how this is going to roll out. The Season of Conquest story, Heroic Anthem power-up. Pioneer event launch. See, now I really wish we could do Pioneer event in 1937. I don't think many people are up for it. We kind of want to watch the guinea pigs work, but I would like to eventually be a guinea pig. So I think it'd be fun. I like it. I know you can get useless dead and some things are glitchy and you can get frustrated, but I also like knowing how things started and how they worked out and how they are now. Getting to see that whole process is fun for me. Just that's how I am. Let's see here. Where was I? Governors taking part in this Pioneer event will gain Pioneer rewards and participation rewards on top of the standard rewards. All new ranged combat. This is sweet. Story exclusive commanders can command siege units to build arrow towers, allowing you to attack enemy troops from long distances. Story exclusive commanders can only be used as part of this story and will be removed when the story ends. So, is it completely new commanders that nobody has? That's how I read this, is story exclusive commanders can only be used as part of this story and will be removed when the story ends. They're not going to remove Sion Diak, Cleopatra, Ashida, any of those siege commanders, so it's likely we're going to see completely new commanders who aren't in the game, who will likely never be in the game, become these all new ranged combat towers, which is pretty sweet. I'm stoked for this. I'm just speculating, but I think this could be really cool. New troop blockade feature. I like this. I dislike how murder balls are so chaotic and how you can get pulled, especially for people with lag too, where you get pulled into the murder ball. Well, this is kind of going to leave people on the edges of the murder ball, to be honest with you. It's going to totally change how everybody fights. It's going to be very interesting. I don't know if they'll keep it. I think they're going to get a lot of complaints. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how people abuse it. And I shouldn't say abuse it. I should say take advantage of the new system to give themselves a leg up against the enemy. But sounds pretty crazy but non-friendly troops will not be able to pass when blockaded. Very cool. New coalition diplomacy system. Great. I'm not really in diplomacy, so it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. New alliance arrow towers. Crusader flags can be turned into alliance arrow towers which automatically attack nearby non-friendly cities, which sounds crazy. I don't know how it's going to work, but it says new Alliance arrow towers. So Crusader flags can turn into Alliance arrow towers. So maybe, you know, they become, you can burn them faster. Maybe they lose health. Maybe it's something that can blow up a lot easier. If it loses to a rally, it just instantly blows up. There's going to be lots behind that. So we don't know enough about it, but it sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I'm stoked. Improvements to the Season of Conquest story, Desert Conquest. So added a new, I don't know anything about Desert Conquest, so this doesn't really relate to me, but I will read it anyways. Added a new fortress management screen, allowing you to more manage your fortress quickly and easily. Hard to read that one. New dispatch recall feature. Again, I don't know what this means. Improved user experience for fortresses. Sounds like they're trying to fix things, so that's good. I just don't have any experience with Desert Conquest, so I'm not sure what that means. Other improvements. When a city's location becomes part of enemy territory. Now, this is different. During Lost Kingdom, it will be automatically teleported back to its starting province. I don't know how that's going to work. Like, are people going to not flag because they're waiting, because they want to rally a city, but the flag's going to burn, but then they can't build their flag until they finish rallying the city. So is it going to slow people down? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Alliance fortresses cannot be built in King's Landing during Lost Kingdom. That is great in my opinion. I don't think that applies to just, no, it doesn't. So that's everywhere. I like that. I hate fortresses in King's Landing. It's a pain in the butt. It takes way too long to burn them out. New coalition marker feature. Yes, I think that's very cool. New alliance members and coalition leaders can place markers visible to other coalition members, which is great. I know for me, again, I'm not in diplomacy, so it didn't really matter against war because I wasn't leading war. I was just following markers in our alliance, but it'd be nice for like one troop flags and stuff to know where those are when you're not fighting. It'd be nice for I'm just worried that other coalition members might put markers down and people will get confused. I don't know if we're going to be able to see all of them. It looks like they're different different markers, so maybe it's a totally different window, which would make sense, but it sounds like it might get a little confusing. Other optimizations, new commander filtering system. I don't really use that anyways. I just kind of scroll through until I see the commander I need. Sometimes it has it at the top, which is nice. Okay, changed conditions for obtaining or scrapping beginners immigration items. So for this, it doesn't matter to me. I get the perspective of other people, but for me, I always created a jumper in a brand new kingdom for max helps, and I find it safer. I find going to older kingdoms, unless you know the leadership there, you're going to get zeroed because somebody with a T4 against T1 and you have some extra resources, they're just going to totally obliterate you. So at least in a new kingdom, you're not going to get totally zeroed by most players. And if you're in a decent alliance, you know, you should be fine. But this one is, once the update goes live, newly created characters will not be able to obtain beginners immigration items if not in preparation season. So this means very early kingdoms. Preparation season, I believe, is before KVK even happens. I believe so. Or is that in between KVKs as well? Not 100% sure, but I think that's like kingdoms just in like where they still have fog even. Unused beginners immigration items will be scrapped once your city hall reaches level 8 or your kingdom reaches the Eve of the Crusade event for season 1. This does not apply to items obtained before the update goes live. So they're trying to get away from people taking advantage of the Eve of the Crusade event or of the event Rune Crusader Fortress Past Glory. They're trying to get rid of that, which I can understand because people are taking advantage of it, and that's what kind of jumpers are built on. Now I'm going to get some hate from this, but I've just never done that. I've never felt the need to go and try and line it up. Really, when I make a jumper, is just spare the moment. I think this is the most effort I've put into a jumper, is announcing it like a month before it happens. And that's only because I have the platform to do so. Otherwise, it would just be like, okay, you know what? I've got some downtime with KVKs. I'm kind of bored. Let's make a jumper. Let's see what it's about. Let's see if there's any new updates. And that's where we're at now. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I like how it's going to be easier for new players who have no idea about the game to try and keep up with people who are jumping. And it's really hard for players who don't know the ins and outs of the jumping world. So I think this is good for new players who know nothing about Rise of Kingdoms, and we need to get those players playing. We need the community to keep growing, and in order to do that, we need to make sure they have at least a somewhat of an equal playing field and not a disadvantage from being a new player, even though it's of course going to be a disadvantage. But right now it was wrecked before. They're slowly fixing it. Let's see. The Season of Conquest bundles, Conqueror's Will, Mountain Warfare, and Battle of the Peaks will only be visible for governors whose city hall have reached level 25. Yeah, okay, sure, I guess. Yeah, it is what it is. Improved graphics for the Trial of the Karak events, which I wish I knew what they looked like, which is why I kind of want to be in the Pioneer stage, so that I can see how these updates evolve and how the game changes and how they make it better. Not being Pioneer, I don't know what the Trial of the Karak really looks like, other than videos I've seen online. So it's a bit of a bummer not being in Pioneer Kingdoms, but maybe I need to put a jumper or something, or an older account that I have in a Pioneer Kingdom, just so I can see things. But I did give feedback. I do think it's very important to do that. I gave feedback. I gave them quite a few words, and I said it was great. I really like the update. I think it's going to be good for new players and old players and everybody. I love the new content, so you should do the same. Even if you don't like it. If you don't like it or whatever you have to say, you should give feedback. It's always good. But there you go, guys. I don't think we're going to see the wheel for a little bit. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and the wheel will be there. So maybe tomorrow's recording, I have just enough gems to max spin. Obviously, I've got to use my free and my 50. I can't even show you. My free and my 50% off spin for the 3 days in order to get to 100. But I'm going to be completely out of gems after this, so I'm going hard on level 2 gem nodes as I can, because of course I'm switching back and forth between accounts, which, you know, has totally slowed my income of gems, which is a bit of a bummer, and it slows the progress of my main account. But I am having a lot of fun with all of the accounts I have going on, and I'm sure I will have fun with my new jumper account. We also have a lot of new gem farmers in this kingdom. We got a big wave of migrants, which is great. It's great, but I wasn't expecting so many of them to be gem farmers. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. And sometimes I just scroll past a level 2 node, so I do like to double check, just in case I scrolled past one that's really close to my city. No, I think we're good. That's the best we're gonna get for now. But there you go, guys. That is the video for today. Obviously, I have lots more videos. I'm recording a bunch of episodes, so while I'm in Mexico, you'll still be getting one a day. So I'm going to go record those, some more of those now. I've got 2 done. I've got to do 7 more, so 7, 8 more, or I'll just release them one every 2 days or something. But anyways, guys, have a good one. Until next time, later.